For those who have eyes to see, ladies and gentlemen, there is a new power play on the horizon. For the first time in a long time, a global alternative political economy is being created, and the West is not involved, or at least for now. Let me repeat that and be blunt. For the first time in a long time, a new financial order is being set up, and the United States of America isn't at the table. Take a minute to process that. Do you see how unusual that sounds, ladies and gentlemen? That countries like Brazil, Russia, India, China, South Africa have not only successfully established the BRICS group, but has expanded it, ladies and gentlemen. That Saudi Arabia, Egypt, Ethiopia, Iran, the UAE are now new member countries. What will their new name be for now? It's obvious that the end of the US dollar is near, or at least the end of the dollar is near in terms of trading among these 10 countries. And we are hoping to see either a new common currency for the BRICS members introduced soon, or each member country trades with their local currency. Either way, the United States dollar is about to experience something it hasn't experienced before, simply because of the sheer size of the economies of the 10 countries. The 10 member countries combine for 36% of the world's GDP and 47% of the world's population. Think about that. In addition to that, more countries are interested in joining the bloc, especially countries that are not allies of the United States. Ladies and gentlemen, the world is just tired of the biasness of the West. That's how it appears to many countries. There comes a time when you just have to snap out of character and pursue what's best in your own interest. The United States dollar has been dominant over economies and trades for so long. It's made a living hell out of many poor countries. Take for instance, when a country like Ghana has to trade with a West African neighbor like Nigeria, we all have to go look for the US dollar to make that trade possible. Why should it be so, ladies and gentlemen? Which then means whenever the US dollar isn't available among trading countries outside of the West, the dollar's value automatically goes up and our local currencies fall. Therefore, countries are forced to chase after the US dollar for trade purposes, which makes no sense, literally. If two countries decide to trade among themselves, why can't they have a bilateral payment process and a mutual term of payment to make such trades possible without involving a third party currency? Why do you have to give so much authority to another country's currency when you have your own? Look at Europe, for instance, and their euro. They trade among themselves with that one currency, but others cannot. The question is, why not? Why haven't Asian countries been able to do this all this while? Why haven't the Middle Eastern countries done this? And Africa? That's a story for another day. My question is this, ladies and gentlemen. What has stopped the rest of the world from doing this some 20 years ago? Isn't it funny that when China needs to buy refined petroleum products from Russia just across the border, they will need to go get the US dollar to buy. But when France wants to get gas or sell gas to Germany, they use the euro. This generation is the generation that questions the status quo, and the coming generations, for your information, will dive even deeper if you think this is too inquisitive. Argentina dropped its interest in adding to the new member countries when their president, the new president Javier Milei, was elected last year. The reason being that President Javier, throughout his campaign for president, proposed ditching the Argentinian peso for the US dollar as their new national currency to curb the consistent inflation crisis in Argentina. So it wasn't surprising that Argentina wasn't at the naming ceremony in Kazan in Russia some few weeks ago. Now, let's also consider what is likely to happen next year when the new President-elect Trump, is in office. Will he deploy a new tactic to disband the bloc? Will he infiltrate them or render them like what has become of the African Union, ladies and gentlemen, where we continue taking decisions and never implement any because we have the same West and other African countries doing the bidding for the West? Or will the new US administration use import tariffs with trade partners to scare them away from becoming members? Don't get me wrong, ladies and gentlemen, I'm a strong Trump fan. I love Trump based on shared values. But this is international relations and business, and you have to be tough to face a man like Trump. What's going to be Trump's first move against the BRICS expansion from next year? What do you think? Leave that in the comment section. This brings me to the main reason for this episode, ladies and gentlemen. Asking the question, when exactly will the BRICS block be operational? Because day in, day out, elections are being held, and presidents who have subscribed to this new bloc may be removed in their countries, which might change the stance of the member country moving forward. So I'm asking again, when are we going to see the implementation of the BRICS group, particularly when it comes to trading with a currency other than the United States dollar? When are we going to see this operationalized? Because the rest of the world outside of the West are observing and looking out for how it may benefit them. Bear in mind, it's been 18 years gone already since this bloc, the BRICS, was formed in 2006. Since that time, it has expanded and gained the attention of almost every international financial body and organization, but we haven't seen any real demonstrations yet. Will next year be the year we see activities from the BRICS, or will the new leader of the free world, Donald J. Trump, come up with something to disband and discourage it? We wait to see. But as of today, 7th November 2024, one United States dollar is trading for 16.4 Ghana cedis, and boy, that's made it so expensive to buy from outside the country. We hope there will be a new standard soon. So buckle up, ladies and gentlemen. There's a new sheriff in town. His name is Trump. Let's see how he handles the wars between Russia and Ukraine, and Israel and Palestine and Iran. I'll come your way again soon with another one. Until then, stay alive and subscribe to my channel for more quality content. It's bye for now.